So LEGO has just redesigned the front covers of their instruction manuals, and naturally the great keyboard warriors of the internet have quickly jumped to the throat of, just like how they do for anything LEGO does, basically. So having just finally got my hands on one of these new manuals, I figured it would be a great time to take a look and see if the outrage is justified and share my thoughts on it. So let's kind of just take a quick look at it. So here's a look at the new manual definitely for the Star Wars theme, and I believe like Marvel and Harry Potter at least. I'm not sure how many other themes are going to get this treatment, but probably all of them. I'm really not sure, honestly. But I have to say, at first thought, I really did not like it. I just thought it came across as kind of tacky and cheap, which is really not the first impression that you'd want to get from something, like if you're a company. But anyways, now that I kind of own it, I don't hate it quite as much. Like, you see there's kind of like brick designs and stuff, so it's not just like a plain white strip. Like, they kind of do have like a little bit of like artistry there, if you want to call it that, but still doesn't look quite as sharp as the previous ones. And most importantly, the picture, it kind of looks like it's more of a digital rendering rather than a picture of the set. Like, it looks like what you'd do if you used Bricklink Studio or something, so it really gives it the feel that it was like printed in some dude's basement and it's something that he's selling as like a custom set or something, which again is not probably what you'd want as a company for people to think. I think the biggest thing that comes across as weird is that it doesn't have like the background of the set. Like, usually it has the set in the environmental background. Like, it usually looks exactly like the box art, in fact, whereas this, it's just a plain grayish white background, which isn't the worst thing. Like, honestly, I thought it was supposed to be like environmentally friendly or something, but it's still all ink, so I don't really know how much they're really saving there, even though you're not using as much colored ink. Like, I don't really know. Just in comparison, like, here is what the previous manuals looked like from like stuff that even came out this exact year. Like, that's exactly what the box art looks like. 18 plus stuff, that's what the box art looks like. Even the stuff from previous years, like this is 2019, and that's what the box art looked like. So it all matches, except for this new one now, which is really kind of weird. It clearly doesn't look as good, but there's also the fact to consider that it is just an instruction manual. Like, does it really need to look good? It's here to tell you like how to make the set happen. Like, most of you probably throw it out right away after you're done using it, or at the very least you use it once, tuck it away in like a rubbish bin or cabinet or closet or whatever, and then don't touch it again for years, if ever. Not to mention all of these exist online on LEGO's website and elsewhere, and on YouTube. If you really needed to put something together after you've already built it, like, there are other ways to make that happen. I still fundamentally think that they should come with the set. Just if you buy a product, you should be able to do everything you need to, like, and enjoy it and build it without having like a secondary app or products or something else to support it. So they should always be included anyways. But there's definitely room for debate that they don't even need to have instructions in there anymore because they're all online and free. So again, as I was saying before, I thought this kind of might be like trying to be environmentally friendly. And even if that was the case, like, they wouldn't waste pages on stupid stuff like this. Like, why do we need to know all this stuff? Like, people know how to use a brick separator. People know how to count. You don't need to know what the number of the bag is. Like, the little guy in the corner there that shows the progress bar, like, it's nifty, but do we really need it? Like, why are we wasting ink and space and paper on this kind of stuff? Again, like, parts list is cool and fine, but advertisement, really? Like, I do love to get nostalgia from looking at old manuals and seeing the other sets from those waves, but like, who was paging through a manual and saw the set for the first time and it's like, yo, I really need to buy this because it's here now? Like, everyone knows it from, if not a catalog, then definitely like online, on social media, on YouTube even. Like, that's how people find out about sets these days. You're not gonna get it from this printed page. That's a complete waste. So I really don't think they did this to be environmentally friendly. Like, they're not really cutting back on ink or paper. At the very least, I do hope that they keep the 18 plus sets like this. Like, I like having the extra write-ups and pictures and stuff in there, whereas we don't need to see that kind of stuff for play sets, because the adult ones are more of a premium product, and this is just use it and lose it type of thing. If we want to talk peak environmental friendliness, we'd look at really the old manuals. Maybe not peak per se, but like, you just see, you open it up right off the bat, you're already on step one. Even goes as far as like to the back page. The last page of the manual is the last step there, even including building steps. So it's not even like just a picture of your finished product like they do in these. Like, they waste an entire page or two just showing you a picture of what you just built. It's like, good job, you built this. If you can't see that it's in front of you, you can see it here. And they show you all these steps of like how to fire flick fires, which is fair enough, steps for using it, but like, they didn't have this, and this is the worst of all. Like, yay, celebration, you did the thing, good job. Like, why do they have that, And then 3 pages later, they have just another picture of it. Like, this entire spread here, why is this here? You're not doing anything for the environment. You'd have it just like it used to be if you really cared about that, which shows that they really don't, despite how politically correct they pretend to be. But so yeah, that's really it. I guess just let me know in the comments what you do with your instructions. Do you think they are a waste of paper now, or a waste of ink at the very least? Do you throw them out when you're done with them? Do you save them all? Let me know if or how many times you have used them. Like if you built a set 5 or 10 years ago, took it apart and actually rebuilt it with the instructions. Like for me, frankly, even for some of the sets that I have rebuilt, like I've just looked it up online because I've got so many instructions just buried everywhere. Like I'm not going to dig through that for like half an hour just to find instructions that I can pull up online, especially when the instructions are like all ripped up and 2 pages are missing and it's just a whole big thing. Like frankly, online is just easier, so there's almost no reason at all to keep instructions, but let me know what you guys do. And yeah, like and subscribe.